I ate again. Hold on. It really is good though. How's it going, everyone? Jemille Cruz here, chef owner of Pamilya and one of the chefs for the Los Angeles Lakers. Today we're gonna do a special surf and turf dish, Filipino style. We're gonna do a grilled pork liempo and a tuna kilawin. All right, to start off this dish, we're gonna start making our pork liempo marinade. It's gonna consist of some tamarind juice, garlic, minced ginger, banana ketchup, gotta have this. So banana ketchup derives from banana. We flavor it with banana, and I think it just gives our food a natural sweetness. That, you know, that banana, it's definitely banana forward, and not so much tomato. Salt, we're gonna have some salt, garlic powder, dry bay leaf, onion powder, brown sugar, just for that added sweetness, and ground pepper. All right, so we're gonna throw this in the blender. Get it going until it's nice and smooth. And this should be the good marinade for our pork liempo. What I'm gonna do is stream in some oil so it helps tenderize the pork. Let that go for about a minute or two, just so it's nice and smooth. All right, that should be good right there. Good. All right, so now we got our pork liempo marinade. All right, so now that we got our marinade ready for the pork liempo, we're gonna get our pork liempo cut. Got a beautiful, nice piece of pork belly here. So when you look for pork belly, you wanna make sure that you have a nice, even style meat. So you don't want too much fat. You want a nice, like, you know, even with the lean on it. So we're gonna cut it about a 1/2 inch thick. The first time that I ate it, I fell in love with it. I think it's like one of my favorite ways to eat pork belly. Simple, delicious, and then you get the charcoal flavor from the grill. It's beautiful, beautiful. So we're gonna put these in a glass bowl to get our marinade going. All in there. Now it's time to add the marinade and get a little nasty. Incorporate every angle, every piece. All right. So we got our marinade ready. Now it's time to throw it on the grill. All right, so now that we got our pork liempo grilled up, we're gonna make one of my favorite dishes is kilawin, which is pretty much like a Filipino ceviche. It's brined in coconut vinegar and lime juice and finished with Thai chili, so it has that nice spice on it. It's a perfect pairing with a grilled pork liempo. I think the difference between our ceviche and like other ethnicities ceviche is that we like to use coconut vinegar. On them, it's mostly lemon juice or lime juice. So our acid comes from vinegar because that's like pretty much like what we use. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the coconut vinegar in the bowl. Get that going. I'm gonna take 1 lemon, cut it in half, and we're gonna use the juice of this. Squeeze that. So now we're gonna grate some ginger in there. Puree. So I'll grate half of this ginger, and the rest I'll cut it in small dice. Okay. I'll add this to the vinegar. So what this does right here, it's cooking the ginger so it doesn't taste too bitter. So it's giving that nice flavor to it, that fresh ginger taste to it. Now we're gonna grate some garlic. I like to grate the garlic so it also too doesn't give that strong garlicky flavor. All right, garlic's all grated up. Gonna add it to the vinegar. Okay. Now we're gonna add the Thai chilies. I like to use red and green for color. We're gonna slice this really thin. And I would use this sparingly as how spicy you like it. My Pamilya, we like it really spicy, so we'll use the seeds and all. Throw this in the vinegar. Get a nice little stir. And this is our sauce base for the Kilawin. So now that we got our marinade going for the Kilawin, I'm gonna let it incorporate for about 10 to 15 minutes, let all the flavors develop, and then we're gonna add it to our tuna. All right, so now that we got our marinade pretty much flavorful and incorporated, we're gonna go cut our tuna. We picked up this nice fresh tuna at the farmer's market today. I like to use center loin pieces for Kilawin because what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook it. It's gonna cook in that garlic and acid and vinegar. So you wanna use a nice like lean piece. We're gonna cut it about like 1/2 inch cubes. Gonna add it to a bowl. And you could definitely use any fish with this. We use whitefish, tuna is really good. There's a fish in the Philippines called tinige, which is almost like a mackerel that is commonly used for this. Shrimp, all that, all the seafood. All right, so now that we got our tuna cut up, we got our marinade, mix it up a bit, we're gonna add a little. All right, that should be good right there. So we're gonna give it a good mix. Make sure that vinegar and lemon juice is incorporated in all the tuna. And we're gonna set this aside for now. So we're gonna let this cook a bit. That's what the vinegar and the lemon juice will do. And we're gonna get some red onions in there, some thinly shaved red onions. Should be good right there. Open them up. We're just gonna add it to the Kilawin. This will give it that nice crunch texture. Also that onion flavor. And then what I like to do is add a little lemon zest. This will just add on another layer of flavor. All right, I got the zest in there. I'm gonna give it a good mix again. You can already see the tuna starting to cook. So now I'm adding a little bit of salt and then some fresh ground cracked pepper. All right, so once this is nice and incorporated, we're gonna let this sit in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes, and it's gonna be the perfect pairing for our pork liempo. All right, so we got our pork liempo grilled off and ready to go. We got our Kilawin ready to go. Now it's just time to plate. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of the pork liempo, we're gonna cut it. We'll serve it on the plate. We'll double it up. Plate some of that tuna. Some of that sauce. And then we're just gonna finish it off with some microgreens. We'll give it that nice herbaceous taste to it. All right, there you have it. My Pamilya's grilled pork liempo and tuna Kilawin. Just tastes like summer. You know, you got the fresh Filipino ceviche, the Kilawin, so good, the acidity, and then you got the nice grilled pork liempo, which brings out that nice, it's just summer, you know, it just reminds me of hanging out with friends. In the Philippines, we call it pulutan, which is pretty much dishes you eat with beer or alcohol and drinking. This is definitely that dish, and something that your friends can just pick and grab whenever they want, and it's so good. All right, guys, so if you like this dish, go check out Sarap Now for all our wonderful Filipino goodies and our full recipes. Also, check out our Instagram of Pamilya_CA and have us cater your next Filipino event.